George Santos was a fresh face in American politics. He was young, he was charismatic, he had a compelling story. Santos won a seat in Congress, promising change and representing a new generation of leaders. But his image was built on lies. Behind the facade was a trail of deceit. Santos's web of deception began to unravel soon after his election. Journalists and investigators uncovered inconsistencies in his background and finances. What started as minor discrepancies soon ballooned into a major scandal. Multiple fraud charges followed. The accusations against Santos were stunning in their scope. They painted a picture of a man willing to lie about every aspect of his life to gain power. The story of George Santos became a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the fragility of trust in the political system. From rising star to convicted criminal, Santos's fall from grace was as swift as it was shocking. The charges against George Santos were numerous and serious. They included financial fraud, campaign finance violations, and identity theft. Prosecutors alleged that Santos had engaged in a pattern of deception for years. They detailed how he had defrauded investors, lied on his resume, and even fabricated parts of his family history. The timeline of Santos's crimes was extensive. It stretched back years before his foray into politics. One of the most egregious accusations involved a scheme to defraud investors out of millions of dollars. Santos allegedly used his company as a front to solicit money for a fake investment opportunity. He promised high returns but instead used the funds for personal expenses. As the evidence mounted, it became clear that Santos's entire persona was a carefully constructed lie. The courtroom was packed on the day of George Santos's sentencing. The media, the public, and legal experts alike were eager to witness the outcome of this high-profile case. The judge, known for his stern demeanor, listened intently as the prosecution and defense presented their arguments. The prosecution painted a damning portrait of Santos as a calculated con man who had abused the public's trust for personal gain. They called for a harsh sentence to deter others from engaging in similar crimes. In his defense, Santos expressed remorse for his actions, claiming that he had been blinded by ambition and had made mistakes. However, his apology rang hollow to many in the courtroom. The judge, in his sentencing statement, called Santos's actions a betrayal of the public trust of the highest order. He sentenced Santos to 7 years in federal prison, a significant term that reflected the gravity of his crimes. The impact of George Santos's crimes extended far beyond the courtroom. His actions eroded public trust in elected officials and cast a shadow over the entire political process. Many in his district felt betrayed by the man they had voted for, left to question how someone so deceitful could rise to such a position of power. The scandal also sparked a broader conversation about campaign finance reform and the need for greater transparency in government. Some argued that Santos's case highlighted the systemic flaws that allowed such a candidate to succeed. The legacy of George Santos serves as a stark reminder of the importance of integrity, accountability, and the fragility of trust in a democracy. His downfall is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding the integrity of our political systems.